Namaste and hello everyone. I'm Devulna ma'am from Edu Arena, and today we will discuss about the Supreme Court. Okay, so we will also know about the power and functions of the Supreme Court. We will know, what is the qualification required, the term of office, and many more things. Okay. So first let us know, about the Supreme Court. Okay, first let us know a little bit about the Supreme Court, and then we will move on to the qualification required. Okay. So first you see, the Supreme Court is the highest court of India. Okay, why it is the highest court of India? Because you see, if any citizen, okay, if they are not satisfied with the decision taken by the district courts, or you can say the high court, then they can approach to the Supreme Court for justice. Okay, and that will be the ultimate or the final decision. Okay. So now you see, the Supreme Court is the highest court of India. The Supreme Court of India is headed by the Chief Justice. So who is the head of the Supreme Court? It is the Chief Justice. Next, you see here, and can have no more than 30 judges appointed by the President of India. And the Supreme Court, it cannot have more than 30 judges appointed by the President of India. So who will appoint the judges of the Supreme Court? Yes, it will be appointed by the President of India. Okay, the President of India will appoint the judges of the Supreme Court. Next you see. Okay, now we will discuss about the qualification required, okay, to become a judge of a Supreme Court. So, the very first qualification, you can say, or you can say the term or condition required to become a judge of a Supreme Court is, he or she will have to be a citizen of India. Okay, he or she will have to be a citizen of India. Next, we have, he or she will have to be an advocate at a high court for at least 10 years. Okay, he or she, have to be an advocate, okay, for at least 10 years in a high court. Next we have, you see, or he or she have to be a judge of a high court. Either he or she have to be a advocate in the high court for at least 10 years, or he or she will have to be a, what is written here, have to be a judge in a high court. Okay. Or there is another option is that, have to be, distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. So he or she will have to be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. Now what do you mean by this term, distinguished jurist? Yes, do you have any idea? So you see, distinguished jurist means, academic lawyers or law professors. Okay. Jurist means, someone who is very expert in law. Okay. So he or she will have to be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. Okay. Okay, now we will discuss about the powers and functions of the Supreme Court. Okay. So you see, there are three types of jurisdiction that comes under the, Supreme Court. Okay. So number one, we have the original jurisdiction. Okay. So what happens here, you see, in the original jurisdiction, here the Supreme Court has the power to hear some cases for the first time. Okay. So what kind of cases, the Constitution can hear for the first time, you see? For example, disputes over interpretation of the Constitution. Okay. If there is, any argument, or, there is any, disputes going on, okay, regarding the interpretation of the Constitution, then the Supreme Court have, or you can say then the Supreme Court can hear such cases for the first time also. Next we have, dispute between the central government and the state government, or between the state government. Okay. So, there might be some argument between the state governments or between the central and the state government. Okay. So, such cases or such, cases of disputes will also be solved by the Supreme Court itself. Okay. Okay, now you see, after knowing about the original jurisdiction, now the second one we have the appellate jurisdiction, and then we have the advisory jurisdiction. Okay, so first let us know about the appellate jurisdiction, then we will move on to the advisory. Okay, so what is this appellate jurisdiction? Okay, so you see here, the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. Okay, so the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. Okay, next, it hears appeal against the judgment given by the High Court. So, you know, in the, I think I have told you before also, you know, if any citizen, if they feel or, you know, if they are not satisfied with the judgment given by the High Court, okay, then they can definitely approach the Supreme Court. Okay, and then the Supreme Court, whatever decision will be given by the Supreme Court, it will be the, the ultimate or the final decision. Okay, so that's why you can say that the Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. Okay, if you are not satisfied with the, High Court or the subordinate court or the district, you can definitely move on to the Supreme Court. Okay, that's why it is also the highest court of appeal. Next, we have the advisory jurisdiction. Now, what happens here, you see, under Article 143 of the Constitution, the President of India can refer certain cases to the Supreme Court. Okay, so under Article 143 of the Constitution, what can the President do? The President of India can, refer certain cases. If he feels like, he can refer certain cases to the Supreme Court of India. Okay, he can give the cases to the Supreme Court. And at the same time, the President, if he wants, he can take some advice from the Supreme Court on the matters of constitutional importance or public importance. Okay, he can also take the advice, but it is up to him. Okay, it is not mandatory or it is not compulsory. Okay, it is up to him. If he wants, he can take some advice from the Supreme Court on the matters of public importance and constitutional importance. Okay. Now you see, the Supreme Court, it is also called the Court of Records. Why it is called the Court of Records? Because you see, all the cases and judgments, okay, given by the Supreme Court, it all are kept for the future reference. Okay, so you see here, all the cases and judgments taken by the Supreme Court are filed and kept for future reference. Okay, all the cases and judgment, okay, which is given by the Supreme Court, all are kept for future reference. And also you see, the preserved cases and judgments can be used as evidence. Okay, the preserved cases and judgments, okay, that are kept, these can be used as evidence. Okay, and when this thing will be used as evidence, it cannot be questioned. Okay, it cannot be questioned. Okay, so that's why the Supreme Court is also called the Court of Records. Okay, because it keeps the records of every case and every judgment that it has given. Okay, so thank you everyone and see you in the next class. And please comment and tell me, okay, if you have any doubt.